hands and roll. Last shot, it might be my last go. It might be my last chance to get to my last goal. Knowing that I'm better than half of these assholes, I'll remember to collect the second I pass go. Right blow, left blow, hit him in the chest and neck. I won't stop till my enemies are left to rest. Step on my plan, to be the best, die to beat the rest. When you get knocked down, take the knife out of your chest and go. It might be your last chance to blow. Don't stop, lift your head, gotta strive to be the best.
It always saddens me to start with the negative of the game, but before people flip out, this is the negative part of the game. The rest is pretty good. Let's start with the story. In this game, it is about a brother and sister trying to reunite, and then she goes crazy batshit insane, Naruto type monster runs away, and then he tries to rescue her again, and I may have got that all wrong because I skipped most of the cutscenes in this game. Now, why did you skip half the cutscenes, Whitey? You're a reviewer. Well, because they fucking suck. That's why. The voice acting is atrocious. I mean, on some seriously horrible PS1 level. I just came from Final Fantasy 13-2, and I can confirm that Soul Calibur 5 has far worse.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Captain. This is Patroclus Alexander, the Holy Warrior. It's the guy I was telling you about. And take up that sword. Crossing swords is the best way to know someone.
On top of that, the story for the most part is presented like a goddamn storyboard. A storyboard. People, a fucking storyboard. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? A story mother effing board. And then the few cutscenes in between mostly suck, because it's just talking. It's a shame too, because the graphics are amazing, and there should have been more cutscenes in the game. So, the story part of this game is horrible, but it is a fighter, so who really gives a shit in the end? Let's head to the next section. Probably my favorite part of the entire series. Graphic-wise, this game still looks pretty. All the shiny armor, special attacks like Critical Edge and Brave Edge look sick, and the movements are done all nicely. The environments are nice enough, though they could have used a little more flair. The character creation is great because there's so many things you can unlock. So once again, the graphics in Soul Calibur series are top notch. The series hasn't failed me here at all. I have nothing really negative to say at all about the graphics, which is pretty damn good. Now, the most important part of the fighting game is, well, the fighting. So let's talk about what works in Soul Calibur. Now, Soul Calibur, in my honest opinion, hasn't changed all that much throughout the years. I've only started with Soul Calibur 2, but I played them all since then. So, if you enjoyed the weapon combat of Soul Calibur up till now, this should be no different. I think that's why I can enjoy Soul Calibur. It's just easy enough for beginners to get into, enjoy it, and without having to learn like 100 fucking combos. Though there still has balancing issues like most fighters do, and wow, some of the people abuse the fucking crap out of moves online. The changes I noticed from the last one is taking away the critical finishers, which is a bit sad, and replacing them with Critical Edge and Brave Edge, which are basically quick super moves. They remind me of those Street Fighter moves, and they're easy enough to pull off. The funny thing is they don't give you like a huge advantage in battle, but if an enemy is about to kill you and you have that and you do that and you hit them, you might just change the tide of the battle, which is pretty damn good. Parries are gone now, but you just have to block. In this case, we'll time it, and I actually like it better because you don't have to do the exact movements, making it more of a timing game and less of a guessing game, which is something I've always liked. Also, some stages now knock an opponent out of the ring, and then you'll go to the next area on that stage, which is really cool because I'm not a fan of the ring out, but there's still stages with ring out. The character creation is back, and it's better than ever. It was good in Soul Calibur before I enjoyed it, but it's much better in this game. More details like height adjustment, way more stuff to unlock, and plenty of little adjustments to make the character that much more separate from another character. I've seen some really interesting designs from like Yu-Gi-Oh! To Panda from Tekken to some crazy black guy in a hood. That's my guy. And it's just really fun to create a character. You also, of course, have the online, which is pretty well done. There's some lag, but I think that's more because people's have shitty connection. You can watch the entire match while waiting for your turn, and it's good to learn your opponent's fighting style. My main problem with the gameplay is the gameplay feels largely the same. No huge risk is really taken for this fighting engine. Well, it's not bad because it's a good fighting engine. It's a little sad to see no huge leaps, while other fighters in the past few years have tried to make huge adjustments to their gameplay, and while some fans of the older gameplay didn't like it, other people have enjoyed it, and they got new fans to come into the game. Also, the difficulty in single player seems to like spike out of nowhere. One enemy is very easy, you beat him in a second, and the next enemy just goes Super Saiyan 3 on you, and you're like, whoa, dude, chill. On top of that, the single player content is very, very small. Sure, it's meant to be a versus game, but it's sad for someone like me who likes to play a lot of single player content, even in fighters. This is why I enjoyed Mortal Kombat last year, because it had plenty of single player content, and that seems to just be missing here. I wish fighters would take a lesson from that. Now, Whitey, you seem to be complaining a bit, but you seem to like some stuff, so do you like this game? Well, I did enjoy my time with Soul Calibur 5. Somewhat. I enjoyed the last one quite a bit, but I also found a few problems with that game. They seem to have improved a few things here, but they seem to have kept some flaws and added a few more. The story is a mess and it's dumb and normally wouldn't bother me, but when fighters are finally trying to fix this, it's sad to see Soul Calibur not doing the same. The balance issue in the game is still sadly there, and the gameplay doesn't really try to fix it. It's annoying when people abuse it. The voice acting is horrible, the single player is lacking big time, and that's a big fuck up to any fan of single player content like myself. But what works? The fighting engine works well enough and you can still be fun with it. Characterization is tons of fun to go through. The online works well and there's plenty of reason to go back and get your rank up. The graphics look great and there's really no negatives towards those. I honestly feel Soul Calibur 5 is a mixed bag. It's not a bad game by any means, but it takes no large jumps to make it a great game. I'm going to award Soul Calibur 5 a 7 out of 10, and in case you're confused, you fucking fighting fanboys, that's a good rating in my system. It's a good game, but not a great one. I hope to see some other adjustments in the series before it becomes very, very dry, which that's where it's heading towards. For now, fans will probably enjoy it, but any other person who just likes fighters and wants to see some advancements, I'd say wait. Let's see what this series can produce in the long run.